Deputy Carol Nolan.
The right to conscientious objection is, as has been said here a number of times tonight, a fundamental human right. It's one that, we cannot forget about or indeed dismiss, and I feel that that's what's happening in regard to this fundamental right. I fully support the doctors, pharmacists, the nurses and all other healthcare professionals who have stood firm on this, and they have that right to conscientious objection. In terms of the GPs, they are being treated very, very badly in this whole ordeal, as are the other healthcare workers. And if they're being told and more or less forced and bullied into becoming involved in a referral process, that means that they're involved in the whole process, that they want no hand, act or part in. Many of these GPs, they're dedicated, they're committed, they work long, hard hours. And let's remember that they're working in difficult conditions, because our health service here is absolutely disgraceful at the minute. It's of third world standard in some areas. So these doctors are working, and nurses, day in, day out, in difficult conditions. And then they're being told that they have to be involved in a process that they have genuine conscientious objection to. That's not right, and I feel that that needs to change. We hear much talk in this chamber about choice, equality, respect and democracy, but unfortunately, when it comes to the crunch, it's not there to be seen. And this is yet again another example of it. The group of doctors who organised the petition of over 640 GPs, which led to Sunday's EGM at the Irish College of General Practitioners, claimed that several hundred GPs have totally lost confidence in the ICGP board, and that a serious crisis now exists, and that the government cannot ignore this crisis any longer regarding the rollout of GP abortion services. And I'm reading from their actual press statement on the EGM which took place on Sunday, and I'm sure you have a copy of that, Minister. I'm reading directly from it here, and it does make statements here that give us an insight into what's happening. And I know I and many other TDs in this chamber met many of these GPs a while ago, a couple of months ago, when they expressed their concerns to us. They're very upset, very angry. But, they're strong in their resolve, Minister. There's no way that they're going to allow themselves to be forced on this issue. And the press statement here reads, "Hundreds of GPs on the ground do not believe general practice is the appropriate setting in which to deliver abortion services because of the lack of capacity in an already overstretched environment, lack of training and availability of ultrasound, and delivering on genuine freedom of conscience protections for doctors who do not want to be involved in overseeing abortions taking place or being involved in any part of that process." The first the GPs heard that abortion services would be GP-led was when Minister Harris announced it on radio. Now imagine treating our doctors like that, who work so hard day in, day out, in a creaking health service. I mean, the disrespect there is appalling. From that day to this, GPs have never been consulted on the matter. But from January the 1st, Minister Harris will impose abortion services on general practice. GPs will face the full rigours of the law from the new year if they conscientiously object to becoming involved in any way. That's disgraceful in this day and age, and we're talking about the new Ireland and the new republic, some new republic, if we're going to bully people and marginalise them simply because they have conscientious objection. And I say fair play to those GPs for standing firm on it. They're entitled to that. This crisis, Minister, I don't know whether you realise it or not, but it will lead to a mass exodus of GPs. It was stated here that there was enough GPs, but I and many others don't share that belief. We don't share that, because I'll tell you why. In rural counties like Laois and Offaly, we're getting it very hard in many of our towns and villages to have GPs there. We're getting it very hard to recruit and indeed retain GPs. And it's been an ongoing issue, and many deputies on both sides of the debate have raised that in rural counties we do have a chronic shortage of GPs. And Minister, what you're going to lead, what you're going to cause here is a mass exodus, and we know that that's going to certainly put many people's health at jeopardy. As I say, many people are already suffering and languishing on long waiting lists, Minister, and now you're going to add to that problem by trying to bully these GPs, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to bully them, and the pharmacists who want no part in this process, and nurses, and I stand with those. They're entitled to their conscientious objection. I fully support them in it, and it's just shameful that respect is only given if you hold a certain view. That's some democracy in this new republic. And I have to say, as an Irish woman, I'm absolutely ashamed at times that we think that this is okay to marginalise people, and if they don't have the same view as ourselves, then we just dismiss their concerns. That's not right. And as I say, I'm fully standing in support with those healthcare professionals, and I hope, Minister, that you will see sense and you will see the light and treat them properly. Deputy.